Good morning, YouTube. It's Rochelle. How are you doing today? I am going to address the body positivity movement. Now, I watched Nappy Headed Jojoba's video about it. She is 1,000% right. People nowadays are using the body positivity movement as an excuse to be morbidly obese and eat everything that ain't nailed down in a few things that are. That's not body positivity. Now, while I'm saying you should love the skin you're in, regardless of size, you should always strive to be the healthiest, best version of you that you can be. Yes, there are some factors that make it harder for those to gain or lose weight than for others. But honestly, is it really beneficial to you in the long term to be snarfing down all bag upon bag of straight up sugar? Eating nothing but sugar, salt, fried food, the unhealthiest of unhealthy food. Yes, it's cheaper than, it costs a lot less than healthy food in the short term. But when you think of all the medical costs and, all that, actually eating healthier is actually cheaper in the long run than eating crap. But America doesn't have actual food. It has food-like substance, which ain't nothing but chemicals and filler that tricks your brain into craving more and more and more and more and more and more and more. So what do? We get a simple sniff of the food, a simple smell of it, and we go hog wild and descend like locusts, act like we ain't never had no food ever in our lives. That's what we do. Also, I am going to say this about the women that align themselves with raggedy, dusty bum men, and also some bum-ass women. If that's what they choose to do with their lives, that has nothing really to do with anyone other than that particular individual. We need to stay in our lane, mind our business, and shut our potholes. If Nicki Minaj wants to align herself with a convicted sex offender and convicted murderer, that is her life. That is her business. It is her decision. It does not have anything to do with anyone other than Nicki Minaj. So why are we all in an uproar over what Nicki Minaj is doing? Why are we in such an uproar over what Cardi B is doing? What does a celebrity's behavior have to do with the general population? What does Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, whomever is involved with have to do with the general population? Answer me that. Please, somebody tell me what that has to do with us. Nothing, exactly. So why are we getting all caught up in what celebrities are doing? And we got nothing better to do with our own lives? Are our lives so perfect? Are we so absolutely perfect that we can sit back and judge everybody else for how they're living when we're doing the exact same, if not worse, crap that they're doing? Please answer me that, because I'm not getting it. Now, you could take a celebrity that's doing some less than ethical things and use that as an example of how not to act. Sure, fine, Marvy. But turning around and saying, talking a whole lot of smack about somebody or their mate ain't going to make them leave their mate. It's not. It's going to make them stay together all the more to prove everybody wrong. I will say this. If someone is with someone that's not making them happy and is obviously no damn good, why are you bitching about it? Why don't you do something about it? Bitching and whining about how crappy your life is, how crappy your relationship is, all over social media is not in any possible way going to change your specific situation. If you don't like something, you got a mouth, you got vocal cords, you have the ability to speak, I'm assuming. So say this stuff. People only treat you the way you're allowing them and teaching them to treat you. Simple as that. If you know, and there's people that just do not get it, and I just don't bother with that. I just don't, because why would I align myself with that kind of energy? You know? That's why I love your natural. 5 reasons why your life ain't where it should be. Reason number 1, you're obsessed with how everybody else is living and want to comment on how they're living negatively rather than focus on how you specifically can improve your life. You're worried about running everybody else's life, everybody else's relationship, everybody else's household, but your own is a whole hot mess. Oh, but you got time to sit on social media and gossip and blah, 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 but you ain't got the time it takes to get your own life in order? That's exactly why your life's a whole mess. What? Because you're so worried about what everybody else is doing that you're not focusing on what you're doing. That's the whole issue. Now, how do I feel about Black Lives Matter? I feel like this. Are there some cops that go out above and beyond to kill black people or people of color? Absolutely. However, if you're flashing a weapon or you refuse to freeze when a cop says freeze, and you're doing some BS that you know not to be doing and you get caught and you get killed, oh well. So sorry about it. But come on now. If you're brandishing a weapon at a cop, what do you expect a cop to do? Seriously. Of course they're going to say drop the weapon, and if you draw on an officer, you're going to get shot. End of discussion. That's just the way that works. That's just how it is. And I'm also going to comment on Ron Wells, be careful who you sleep with. He's 1000% right. You gotta be careful, especially these days with all the STDs and STIs and clearly insane people that you might not know have STDs and STIs or know that they're crazy, or they might present themselves as available when they're not, and then what happens? You have a whole bunch of unnecessary drama just because you wanted to get your back broken. There are other options besides obviously going after someone that's already in a relationship, going with some random dude and busting it open for everybody and anybody, regardless. There are other safer options out there. Now, I am not a prude by no means, nor am I the town skink, you know. Now, what you do with your body is entirely your business. Fine, as long as everybody is of age and consents, fine, great, wonderful. You do you. However, you gotta understand the risk involved. When you sleep with someone, unless y'all are both virgins, you're sleeping with everybody that person's ever slept with, and so on and so forth. Same thing when they sleep with you, unless you're a virgin. And you don't always know who has what disease based on looking at them. They might be asymptomatic, showing no signs or symptoms that they got something. They might not know themselves. Some diseases have a really long incubation period. Some people might not even give a flying good goddamn if they have a disease or not, and they're just gonna raw dog or stealth, and then guess what? Now you got it too. All for what? 5 minutes of fun? That might not even be worth the 5 minutes, to be honest. Seriously. And, it ain't worth it in this day and age. It's 2020. There are STD strains and STI strains that are super strains, meaning cannot be treated, cannot be cured. Once you got it, guess what? You got it forever. And yes, you can get chlamydia and gonorrhea in your throat, in your vagina, on your dick, in your ass. You can get STDs and STIs in any and all orifices. Even from sex toys if you don't clean them properly. Are you sharing them? Yes. This is very, very true. Which is exactly why in this day and age so many people are becoming more aware of celibacy. And the whole reason why a lot of millennials are opting to not have kids is because it's so fucking expensive. And also the fact that not everybody can have children. Just because you have the ability to have a child does not necessarily mean you should have a child. Just because you have the ability to do something doesn't always mean it's a good thing for you to do.